Hey everybody, Mr. Berg here, and this is a demo video of how to use Sketchpad 5.1. So go to Google, and you're going to search for Sketchpad. Now, I'm going to add a space after mine because I don't want it to automatically find my previous searches. Okay, Sketchpad 5.1. It's free, and it's super easy, and it's fun to use. So you're going to click on that, and mine loads up kind of quickly. You're probably going to end up with a screen when you first log in that looks like this. Okay, and this is the Sketchbook user guide, and over here on the left side, I mean, you can scroll down here and look at some stuff, but it's really a fun tool. Over here on the left, if you go to Tools, and click on like Brushes, Stamp, right here, if you just hover over, it just shows you a little brief demo of how to do all the different things, how to use the different tools that are available to you. But I'm going to do a little bit of a project for you. So, if you follow my cursor over here on the left side, I'm going to click on New, plus sign. I like to choose a blank grid. Now, I'm sorry, not a grid, but a blank slate. Here, you can change the size if you want it to be square. You can make it square. This is just a rectangle, the default. I like to just use that. Now, if you want to be able to see your whole canvas, you can click on the magnifying glass up here and zoom out. And then you can also like click and drag. So some of you might not like to have that much of a space there. So what you could do, if you go to crop and resize, I'm going to make my width, now let's go down to like 1,000 pixels and make this one 800. Okay, great. Apply crop. Now I can see my whole canvas here, okay? All right. On the left, tools. All sorts of different brushes, arrows, stars, text, clip art, all sorts of cool stuff that you can test out and use. Now, here we have layers, which we'll talk about a little bit. Down here, history you don't need, but this undo arrow is something you'll probably use because I found out that using the eraser tool can be really tricky sometimes. So wanting to use the undo button probably is a better idea. All right, I'm going to make a farm, okay? This is just a demo. So first thing I'm going to do is vector fill. So this is basically a paint bucket, and you can decide if you want just a solid color, if you want it to be kind of a linear, radial patterns, all sorts of different things. I'm just going to choose this linear design and choose something kind of blue because I want to have a blue sky. Now, when you, here on my screen, when you click and pull up, you can see that it kind of changes the gradient, light to dark. That's good. Okay, sweet. Now, I tried adding another gradient fill on top of that and didn't have any luck. So now I'm going to do like where the grass is going to be. So what I'm going to do is come over here to the star and click on rectangle. And I'm actually going to make like the green grass. Let me fill it with, let's go like this. Sure. Make a nice green rectangle. You can resize that if you wanted to. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I'm just going to make one over top of it. Okay, great, cool. Now, this is where things get kind of fun. Let's say you wanted to add like some cows and stuff to your picture. You can just use your clip art here. Cartoon cow is already there. Look at it on this clip art. Whoa, there's all sorts of things. You can get, I mean, not realistic, but you can go all sorts of different funny things. Let's use that pig. Okay, we've got him. We're going to use the hand to click and drag, and you can drag on the corners to resize things as you want. Okay? Now you could add any number of things, right? I'm just going to add some animals here. Now, one thing here, as far as the layers go, so right here I've got like the chicken is standing in front of the cow, which is good. And if you wanted to change that, over here on the layers, top left corner, click on the layers. You can, they're not labeled, but basically like that chicken is the top layer. You click on the eye, it takes it away. But you could drag that so it's like behind the cow. You wouldn't necessarily want that. But if you can reorder the layers however you want, really. Okay, so we've added a bunch of ridiculous things using clip art, And now let's add some other trees or something in the background. This is where it's really cool with the brushes. So here, this is the brush tool. You can choose just a regular pencil, paintbrush, all these other things, sketchies. You can also use the stamp, which is basically just, it's an amazing way to cheat. So watch this. Select here, and you can select your different stamps. If you want a bunch of butterflies, you could do that. If you want hearts, if you want to add, boy, any number of things. There's literally hundreds of things that you could do. I'm going to find a bunch of leaves. So, like, there's different types of leaves here, there, everywhere. Maybe I have some butterflies, some flowers and stuff like that. So watch what I'm going to do. Let's choose, like, I like that leaf. That's okay. So now watch this. If I want it to be a certain color, I can go to fill here, color, let's make some of them yellow. And now, well, there's a reason they're black. I'm going to change that to yellow as well. You can click and drag them if you wanted to. They kind of splatter. You could add that. Now we could go back and let's have some that are orange as well. Be a nice fall day, okay? You can change the leaves, do whatever you want with that. As far as like building or buildings, like if you wanted there to be a barn and stuff like that, I would say you need to build that out of shapes, which wouldn't necessarily be that difficult. It would just take a little bit of time. Here's some like more realistic trees if you wanted those. Could add some like fun trees in there, and watch this. So if I add this tree here, it's tiny. You can hardly see it. It's this bright orange tree. I'm going to make those green actually. Let's go to a dark green. I'm going to add another. My outline is going to be like that green as well. So I'm going to add another tree here. Super hard to see, but watch what I can do. If you select that arrow tool, you can click on those things and then drag them to make them significantly larger. Well, that one started off super small. And then you can just rotate things. It's trees off in the distance. I should have picked a bigger tree. I'm actually going to delete that one and just undo that, get it out of there. But there's all sorts of crazy things that you can do with this, and it's pretty cool to just play around. I've now moved it behind the horse there. Yikes, I need to get rid of all those clip arts. All those different leaves. Each time you stamp something or create a leaf, that is something to sort through in your layers. So perhaps you'd want to save small details like that until later on. And if I was more patient, I'd kind of keep working, and without boring you, it's already been a few minutes. I could create like a barn here by using different shapes. I could probably find something in the stamps that looks like a barn, or something crazy too. With clip art, you can even load your own image. You know, there might even be a clip art barn here. But you can find clip art up here. So if you search for barn, whoa, hey, there's a barn right there. Sweet. You could add this, and then you just have to rearrange it over in your layers palette. Let's get this out of there. I was just able to use my delete function there. So yeah, hey, there's a barn. It doesn't really match the cartoon aspect that I have with these guys, but it's okay. Now, let's say you're done. I'm not done, but let's just say you're done. Here's what you're going to do. Here on the left side, we had that new, we had open, which is how you save things, and then we have export. So if you're done, you can click export, and you can save it, which basically downloads it to your computer, or you can save it as a JPEG, a couple different file names here. So if you want to save it as a JPEG, you'll notice it's downloading to my computer hard drive right there, and I've just saved this image. Kind of cool. You can also, if you want to go to settings, this is up to you. Click on settings, and yours is probably, it won't be enabled, but you can save it into Google Drive, and Sketchpad creates a folder for you in Google Drive. which is titled Sketchpad, and it automatically saves all of your work in your Google Drive. So it's kind of cool. All right, that was very quick, and it was kind of random, and I've created the beginnings of kind of this odd picture, but it's pretty fun to play around with. So feel free to use this if you are looking for some inspiration. There's a cool tree. Maybe I should have used trees like that one more than this other one here. I wonder if I can grab that and delete it. I can. So now I'm going to just grab this one, move it over here, and then I'd have to just play around with my layers. If I right-click on that, that does not allow me to move it back. But if I just go over to my layers here and grab that clip art, what's it say here? Send to back? Whoa! That was way easier than clicking and dragging. So it sends it all the way to the back. If you click on whatever you want and click on the 3 dots here, it gives you a few. So if I want to bring it to the front, send forwards. You can move things forwards just a ways. That move that tiny little leaf there, which I'm going to get rid of. But there's different ways to move your stuff around just by clicking the different, or the 3 different dots, which give you the different options for your different layers that you've created. All right, I'm talking in circles now. I should be done, but it's kind of a fun thing. Feel free to use this for some of the projects, and it's going to be cool. All right, see ya.